Welcome to week 2 of Friday Night Highlights. I'm Casey Busher.
And I'm Dusty Baker. We have a full slate of games tonight ready to roll for you with the majority of our teams active this evening.
Including multiple rivalries tonight.
Casey, what did the new field look like? How did that look?
Perfect.
It looks pretty amazing.
It kind of feels like a club. They're streaming the lights. They got the music bumping.
Club Tiger Nation.
Section,
okay.
Elite.
I like it.
10 out of 10 if you ask me.
It's going to be fun for us to cover more games there in the future. Now, that's not the only rivalry game, if you will. There is a rivalry here on the Central Coast, Casey, that stands the test of time. That would be Paso Robles and Atascadero, the two going head-to-head this evening in Atascadero. First quarter action we go. This was a former player to watch for a reason. Leo Kemp, 19-yard touchdown rush to the end zone, just like that, 7-0 in favor of the Bearcats. But Kane Cooks, he's going to keep it himself on the read option. He's going to take it down the sideline, and he's going to go for 28 yards before being dragged in. But the next play, Hayden McKenna on the tip on the pass. This is picked off, and it's going to go the other way for 42 yards and the score. Just like that, the Bearcats in front for 14-0. But second quarter we go. Kane Cooks airing this thing out this time. Mason Degnan, it's a fight for the TD, and he gets it. The cornerback would pull it away, but ultimately they would rule this to be a touchdown, 14-7. Atascadero trailing it this time. Kane Cooks, though, would tie this thing up a next possession to make it a tie game at 14 apiece. The helmet comes off. The confidence remains. Kemp, though, on the other end, this would be a bully back and forth, and he would be a key reason why for Paso Robles. Touchdown rush up the gut. It's 21-14 Paso. But on the other end, it's Kane Cooks. He's going to match this thing up. He ties it up with a touchdown rush up the gut as well. It's tied at 21 apiece. That would be prior to the half, but ultimately Paso Robles able to pull away from Atascadero in the second half. They take it by a final of 35-21. Paso Robles will now head on the road to Monache next week. As for Atascadero, they will face Everett Alvarez on the road next Saturday. We go to the third quarter of action between Morro Bay and San Ynez. Let's say by this point in time, San Ynez had a pretty controlling lead. It was 56-19. But Tristan Frausto here with a 10-yard gain. This would lead to a fourth quarter field goal to make it 59-19 in favor of the Pirates. But Morro Bay, a very good, talented offensive team. Remember last year, they struggled out at the very beginning, but of course won CIF, the Central Section. You got to fight in these kind of games, right? Nami Hogue, a 63-yard carry here, but it was the San Ynez defense that was just dominant throughout the game. They're able to stuff the quarterback rush here on the read option. Quarterback Luke Gildred completed 16 of 18 passes today for 262 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. Dalton Beard had 6 receptions. That was for 103 yards, Casey, and a touchdown. And Aiden Scott had 6 receptions on 113 yards, 1 touchdown. What does that lead us to? Well, San Ynez takes down Morro Bay by the final of 59-19. Morro Bay will next head to Fresno. San Ynez will head on the road against Santa Maria.
Welcome back to Friday Night Highlights.
We have more action from week 2. Of course, Casey, what we already saw, we've seen some dominant performances. We've seen some great offensive performances as well. But wait until you see what's coming up here, including a clash of unbeaten sharing the same neighborhood. That might have been the best play of the year already. That one's going to be really, really hard to beat. Okay, more action as we have Templeton at home, and they are taking on East Bakersfield. First quarter we go, and this will be a fumble recovery on the very first play of the game by Johnny Pichon here. And then Templeton trying to do the most with the opportunity. Let's just say they spread their wings, and they can fly right here because Anthony Chavez, 7 yards to the corner of the end zone. Remember, you almost got taken out, Casey. That's what happens right there when Chavez comes at you. You got to get a little scared. It's a touchdown, makes it 7-0 in favor of the Eagles. The defense continuing to be Alabama-esque. Dylan Helmley on the recovery from this fumble, and it's going to be Templeton football. And what would they do on the next possession? Well, Noel Brady, he's a lefty quarterback. He may be the best lefty quarterback named Brady in the entire country. Airs this thing out, and it will be into the waiting hands of River Waltmeyer. That is a 38-yard gain, and that would lead to Landon Miller. This is a read option, a little pitch out here. Miller's going to take this thing to the house, a 4-yard score just like that. It's 14-0 in favor of the Eagles. And Templeton, they just thoroughly dominated the Blades. Let's just say they cut the Blades in half by a final of 49-10. The Eagles will next head out on the road to face Firebaugh. As for Santa Maria, this is a game that will be taking place tomorrow as they will host Napomo. That'll be at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Saturday. The Saints are 1-1 on the season, and the Titans are on the hunt for their first win of the year.
And San Marcos dominated Rio Mesa tonight, 42-3. The Royals next host Pacific on Friday.
Dos Pueblos falls to Buena by a final of 35-14. The Chargers next head out on the road to take on Ventura.
Santa Barbara fell to Pacifica in their first loss on the season tonight, 28-20. The Dons will remain on the road, win Oxnard, and head to Oxnard next week.
Bishop Diego at home against Garces Memorial. The Cardinals topped by the Rams to a final of 35-14. Bishop Diego will play next Saturday at home against Central Fresno.
Carpinteria on the road at Channel Islands. The Warriors beat the Raiders by a final of 16-13. Carpinteria has a bye week, then they'll return to the field at home when they face Los Angeles Brentwood. And that's a wrap for week 2 of Friday Night Highlights. If you have a recommendation for a player to watch, please let us know.
And you can email or shoot us a message on Facebook or Twitter. And if you want to see a play again, well, head to our website, ksby.com.
And before we let you go, here's tonight's Sights and Sounds. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night.